Hello, I'm local Democracy Reporter Emma Draper, and I've been speaking to Henry Bloom's city librarian Jan McCartney about how important the library is for children here on the island. A class of Year 1s from Henry Bloom Noble Primary School was treated to a reading session with Children's Laureate Joseph Coelho. They both said encouraging kids to read helps them perform better at school.
I'm the Waterstones Children's Laureate, Joseph Coelho. Reading is a wonderful thing to do. We know time and time again from various studies that it helps with lifelong opportunities, as well as it just being fun. It broadens horizons. You know, you can lose yourself in a book, but you can also find out about the world on your doorstep and beyond. So I think it's vital that we encourage children to read and to become lifelong readers and learners.
Why did you decide to come to the island and Henry Bloom Noble Library? Why was it one of your choices?
I thought it was really important to, as Children's Laureate, to go as far and wide and, to cover the entire UK and beyond. And I've been visiting all the islands around the United Kingdom. So I've been to the Isles of Scilly, Guernsey, Jersey, Orkney, Shetland, the Isle of Lewis and Harris. And what's been wonderful is to go to these places and to hear from librarians, oh, it's so wonderful that you've come here, because it's often quite hard to get author visits in those libraries that are maybe a little bit more far-flung or slightly off the beaten track. So it felt very important to go to as many libraries in as many areas close to and associated with the UK.
Why are libraries so important for kids, in your opinion?
Libraries are the hubs of communities, and they're cross-generational. So I think it's vital that kids become familiar and comfortable with libraries as early as possible. I think this is my 209th library now, and across those libraries I've taken part in lots of rhyme time sessions, so where parents are going and carers with babes in arms, getting children very comfortable with words and learning and having fun with books. So I feel that's key, because if a child feels comfortable in a library space, it means they feel comfortable to go there and ask for help should they need it, be that for vital counsel services, for services that can direct them to, for mental health issues, for if they need help there, or, help learning how to use a computer. I was in a library where they do coding lessons. I've been in libraries where they have 3D printers, as well as getting help with books, help with research, help with studies. So they're vital spaces where they encapsulate everything to do with books, but so much more as well. Reading Charity Book Trust, who manage the Laureateship, have got a load of poetry prompts over on their website, booktrust.org.uk/poetry prompts. They're a free video resource where I invite young people to write a poem in 5 minutes. There are over 45 videos free to use on the website with links to the curriculum. So there's lots of teaching resources created by the Centre for Literacy in Primary Education. So I hope that parents and teachers feel like they can use this resource.
Hi, my name's Jan McCartney. I'm the City Librarian here at the Henry Bloom Noble Library.
So what can the library offer? What can Henry Bloom Library offer for children and young people who want to sign up?
Oh, where do I start, Emma? The library is what we'd like to say. It's a warm, safe, welcoming space for everyone, from babes in arms right through to retired people. It's somewhere to come, obviously, to borrow books, but there is so much more in the library, so many other services we have. We've got a lovely IT suite. We've got a study area downstairs, which is phenomenally busy during exam times, and Manx collections downstairs there as well. We've got a photocopier. We've actually got, if anybody is stuck for anywhere to get stamps, we've got a post office stamp machine. We've got a hot drinks machine. And basically, it's a community space where, a lot of people come to actually borrow books, but some people just come to sit and enjoy, relax, and that's absolutely fine. It's probably one of the only public places that you can just walk in at 8:30 in the morning, leave at 5 o'clock. Nobody ever asks you why. It's here for everyone in the community.
And how can parents get their kids signed up if they really want to?
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah, it's such an easy way to sign up to the library. You can either come in physically, and we have a simple library form to complete. It's free to join the library. Everything about the library virtually is free. So, it's just a case of signing them up and signing the form as a guarantor. And then for children, they can borrow 6 books at a time. Adults can borrow 8 books at a time. But also for people who don't live in Douglas, the library is free for everyone on the Isle of Man. But we do appreciate that if you're living up north or down south, it could be difficult. There's reasons why you can't get into Douglas very often. And that's why we've got a superb online offer. You can actually even join the library online, so you don't have to need to come into the library physically to join. Because online we've got access to Encyclopaedia Britannica, which is a fantastic resource for children for their homework help. And can I stress it's a trustworthy source? So many children these days will just Google information and it's not always accurate, whereas Encyclopaedia Britannica is. But we've also got 2 apps, and they're called Libby and BorrowBox. And on those apps, there are e-books and e-audio books for children and adults, and also thousands of newspapers and magazines, all available for free.
Why is the library so important for kids here on the island?
Oh, they're vital. They're a place, obviously, to access books and literature. And the sooner children are introduced to books, the better. The more successful they're going to be. I think Joe mentioned earlier on that there's lots of research that says that if children are regular library members, their academic success is higher than those children that don't. We literally have got board books for babies. We've got picture books for younger children. But as you're getting through, then we've got this fantastic, diverse range of fiction and non-fiction, which will help educational needs, but also a big push on recreational needs. What we love to see is when parents come in and grandparents come in with the children and see it as a space just to relax, enjoy, rummage through the picture books and sit together and read in a nice, quiet-ish space. It's not always silent, but again, I'm always fearful that parents and grandparents of very small children will be fearful of bringing them into the library because of this idea of them being shh. Yeah, we have got a dedicated area for children in our library, and we don't expect there to be no noise. So, and as well as the books, we have got some lovely games and interactive toys. So if a toddler does get a bit fed up, then they can just start playing with all the toys. It's around them being in this space where we'd love them to become lifelong readers, really. And if you introduce a child as early as you can to a library, they'll always see it as somewhere to help them in the future.
How important is it that kids from all backgrounds, all walks of life, get access to libraries?
Extremely important. And the huge thing for me is that libraries, to join the library, it is free, and we do have a very diverse stock. I'm particularly keen to make sure that everybody in the community is represented, but also in this day of cost of living crisis, when people are really struggling, the lovely things in life, like maybe going to buy a book if you're coming into town on a Saturday and you think, well, we'll buy you a book as a treat, that might not be on the cards now. Come into the library. As I say, children can borrow 6 books at a time. If they could take 6 books out that they don't like, that wouldn't matter because it hasn't cost them anything. Just bring them back and choose some more. So I think it's vital, really, that we are here for everyone and there are no barriers.
Just finally, would you be able to tell me a little bit about the event that you had on this morning for the kids from Henry Bloom Noble Primary School?
What a morning we've had. Joseph Coelho, the Waterstones Children's Laureate, has been over today and absolutely blew the children away. He's actually doing, as part of his laureateship, he's visiting all the public library services in the UK, but also in surrounding islands. So we were absolutely honoured that he came to the Henry Bloom Noble Library this morning, and the Year 1 classes from the Henry Bloom Noble Primary came down, and what a fantastic time they had. Joseph has a real gift for reading his poetry, and he had all the children getting interactive. He was asking them questions, they were laughing, it was just wonderful. What was even nicer was as the children were leaving, they were actually going up to him and saying, "Thank you, that was fantastic." So it was an honour to have him in the Isle of Man today, especially with it being National Poetry Day. It couldn't have been better timed.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Little Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.